Swift water operations are among the most physically demanding and dangerous missions in the fire service. Rehab 1584 gives your department a purpose-built documentation system designed specifically for swift water, from pre-entry health screenings to post-rescue rehabilitation. Every person on a swift water scene has a role, and Rehab 1584 documents each one differently. The app categorizes personnel into 4 assignment groups: water operations for primary rescue swimmers, secondary rescuers, and tethered swimmers; boat operations for boat operators and spotters; shore and bank support for tenders, belay operators, and equipment managers; and command support for incident commanders, safety officers, and logistics. Water operations and boat operations personnel are classified as water entry. Shore and command are non-entry. This distinction drives the entire documentation path. Here's what changes when someone is classified as water entry. They must complete a mandatory pre-entry health screening, including 6 clinical interview questions covering chest pain, dizziness, shortness of breath, unusual fatigue, injury, and recent illness. Any positive answer triggers a red flag. Pre-entry vitals are captured: blood pressure, pulse, SpO2, and core temperature. If cleared, the rescuer is marked ready and tracked through every water entry. Non-entry personnel like shore support and command still get documented, but they skip the pre-entry screening. They don't need it because they aren't going in the water. The Situational Awareness tab is one of the most powerful features of Rehab 1584. When the Rehab Officer taps Locate Me, the app pulls real-time data from multiple sources. Current weather conditions, including temperature, humidity, wind speed, and heat index, are captured automatically. But for swift water, the app also queries USGS monitoring stations and retrieves actual water temperature from the nearest gauge. And here's what makes it even more valuable. The app retrieves nearby river flow rates measured in cubic feet per second, or CFS. Flow rate stations display the current discharge, plus a trend indicator. If the flow is rising, you'll see an orange arrow with the exact delta, like plus 12 CFS over the last 60 minutes. Stable flow shows a green arrow. Falling flow shows blue. This means the Rehab Officer and Incident Commander have real-time awareness of whether conditions are getting worse, staying the same, or improving. That's not just documentation, that's operational intelligence. Layer 1 of the Cumulative Exposure Index is completely different for swift water. In fire operations, Layer 1 captures the fire environment: structure type, fuel load, ventilation conditions. In swift water, Layer 1 captures the waterway environment. It documents 10 distinct water condition types: slow-moving, moderate-moving, fast-moving, floodwater, whitewater, hydraulics, confined and channelized flow, cold water, contaminated water, and rising or flash flood conditions. Each condition has a severity rating from low to extreme, along with specific characteristics, risks, and operational notes. The app also captures rapid classification using the International Scale of River Difficulty, from Class 1, easy, through Class 6, extreme and unrunnable. This environmental snapshot becomes part of every rescuer's permanent exposure record. Every time a rescuer enters the water, Rehab 1584 creates a detailed entry profile. It records the time in and time out with precision timestamps, the specific task performed, such as live victim rescue, tethered swimmer, or in-water search. PFD level and all PPE used are documented, including wetsuit, dry suit, helmet, fins, gloves, and rescue knife. Water hazards encountered during entry are logged: swift current, strainers, debris, low visibility, underwater hazards. Exertion level is rated from low to extreme, and each entry tracks estimated time in water. All of this data feeds directly into the rescuer's career exposure timeline. After water operations, Rehab 1584 captures post-entry rehab with a focus on cold stress. The system documents 15 specific signs and symptoms, including 6 critical symptoms: confusion, shortness of breath, chest pain, slurred speech, excessive drowsiness, and cyanosis. Cold stress severity is rated as mild, moderate, or severe. Moderate and severe cold stress automatically block water re-entry. Available interventions include removed wet gear, active rewarming, blankets, and warm fluids. If critical symptoms are detected, the EMS activation gate engages. This mandatory checkpoint blocks the terminal disposition until the Rehab Officer confirms EMS has been activated, is already on scene, or documents why transport was declined.